What is up, YouTube? What do we got for you today? Well, today is part 3 of our 3-part series, the box build for the single 15. And what do we have left to do? We're going to be painting that box, installing the port, and just getting everything finished up. So what's on the agenda today? We're going to be painting this box. We're going to be installing the aero port. We're going to be building this ring right here. Basically going to be finishing up everything that we have. Make the box look nice and pretty. So these are the products I used to paint that. We got this Duratex coating. Designed specifically for speaker boxes. And then the splatter that you see there is this stuff. I got this at Walmart. It's like $2 a tube. We got acrylic turquoise and acrylic purple. So that's what we're gonna do. Stick with me if you wanna see me do that. Okay guys, now it's time to paint or finish this box. Now, what I decided to go with is this right here. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about this stuff. The reviews seem really good. It's a textured coating by Acrytech, designed specifically for speaker boxes. Similar to bed liner, I think, in the way that it feels, but I've read that this stuff adheres to speaker boxes better than bed liner. It supposedly sticks to the wood better, whereas bed liner is designed to stick to itself. I know there's a video that Parker, the bass head, put up about this stuff, and he seemed to really like it, so I got myself some and I'm gonna give it a try. I got the black, so it comes with one of these, so you can see that's pretty textured, and so I think this is what gives you the final texture. So let's get it on there and we'll see how it turns out.
Just like you, no, I always want stress like you, oh, I always want stress like you, Let's go.
So guys, here's the box after 2 coats. It's got 1 coat on the bottom and 2 coats everywhere else. It still is kind of glistening because it's still wet. But I really like this stuff. I mean, I tried to lay it on pretty thick and pretty heavy because I wanted a lot of texture. And you can see that's what I got. I really like this stuff. I'll give it a little, I'll probably give it a day to dry and to cure. And then we'll see what it looks like after it's dry. All right, so what we're gonna do next is add a little bit of design to this. I've always liked the splatter paint, very popular in car audio, and it just kind of mixes in with the texture. It hides imperfections. It always just looks good, I think. So I bought this stuff from Walmart. It's like $2 a tube. And then I did add a little bit of water to it just because it's a little thick. So I thinned it out just a bit. It's still kind of thick, but I'm just gonna splatter it on this box. And we're gonna do a couple of different colors. So let's see how this goes. Okay guys, quick update. You can see I've got my the spacer ring finished. So what I did, I took this same turquoise acrylic and I didn't water it down. I mean, this stuff is thick. And so I just used that same brush, the roller that came with this, that gave it this texture. And I just used it with this acrylic paint. You can see this has a texture too. So this is just that turquoise acrylic. And then this is that purple, that acrylic purple. But man, does it look black. I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look very purple. And you can see it here too, like this. Right here, purple, 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 purple. So, but man, it really blends in with that black. But, oh well, it looks okay. So here is the spacer ring, and you can see on the bottom, I created a gasket. So I use this stuff here. Silas, I don't know. Got it on Amazon. It's just a like a closed cell foam, and it's got a sticky backing on it. And so I just, you know, laid this out like that. Yeah, laid it out like that. Stuck it on there. Where did it go? Oh, right here. And then I just used my blade, and I just, you know, cut at the hole, cut the edges. Ended up with a nice little gasket. And then this is just gonna sit on here like this. Okay. Then it's got some mounting holes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's threaded in there. And then the sub is gonna sit on top of that. So. Okay guys, so next what we need to do is install the port. So you can already see, I just took some of these speaker rings. I already own some of these pre-made ones, like this. Now these have the flush mount. Those two over there that I used did not, and I just stacked 2 of them like that. Wood glued them, and then used my coating on the outside just to bring the port out a little bit. I mean, any little bit of airspace I can get is going to help, and it's going to give my screws a little bit more meat to bite onto. I also put a little gasket in there. Used 4 screws here. I flush mounted them. They're 3 inches long, so they go all the way through, you can see. So that's on there, good and sturdy. Got a gasket, it's airtight. So we're gonna be using is this 4-inch aero port. Now, I know it's a little bit smaller than what would be recommended, but again, with this particular build, we're having to make some sacrifices. It's just, I don't have a lot of space. So if I wanted to go with a bigger port, I end up with a port length that is so long that it's unmanageable. So hindsight, I probably should have gone with a 12-inch sub instead of a 15-inch sub, but here we are. So anyway, we're gonna be tuning this thing to about 26 Hertz. So what I ended up having to do was get another 3-inch piece here. So this is gonna end up being something like 29 inches long or so. Oh, here we go. Get this. So it's gonna be like that.